Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Willie, and this is the encouraging word for today. We're looking and getting wisdom from James, the book of James, which was written by Jesus's half-brother, another son of Mary. So James wrote that book, and he's giving us wisdom. It's one of the wisdom books in the Bible. And he starts the book, he starts his lessons, if you will, lessons in wisdom, with lesson number 1, with a foundational understanding, a foundational lesson for a life of victory. If you do not learn this lesson, your life will be like a cycle. Your life will be up and down. But if you learn this lesson, you will live a life of victory. You will be a strong, solid follower of Jesus. And it's not just for the Christian life. You know, whatever is a spiritual truth the same truth can be applied in the physical realm. So if you learn this lesson, you will rise in an organization to higher and higher jobs. You will do better in life. You'll have better family life. You'll have a better marriage. You'll have a lasting marriage. Everything in your life will be different if you learn this lesson. If you don't learn this lesson, your life will be a mess, and you will be what the Bible calls a fool. A fool. So James saw this in his brother, his half-brother, Jesus. He saw it as he observed his life. He wasn't a follower of Jesus. He didn't believe in Jesus, but he saw this lesson played out in the life of Jesus. And now he's looking back under inspiration of the Holy Spirit, and he's inspired by the Holy Spirit to teach you and me wisdom for life, wisdom for the Christian life, and wisdom we can apply in any area of life, in marriage, in parenting, in friendships, in a work environment, in every single area. So he starts with lesson number 1, foundational lesson. And we're going to read it in James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4. This is what he says. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Wow. Let's break that down. Consider it pure joy. I don't know if I've ever experienced pure joy, but it sounds like something I want to experience. Maybe I've tasted it, but pure joy would be something everybody would want. If you go on the street, you want pure joy. Everybody would say, yes, I believe. So he's saying, consider it pure joy. So that right away tells me that it may not feel like pure joy. It doesn't feel like, if you have to consider it. All right, so it's like I'm giving you a lemon to taste. And I say to you, consider it like cotton candy. Eat it like it's cotton candy. You would say, well, it's sour, but you're considering it as something sweet. And I believe that's what he's talking about here. Consider it pure joy. So it's not really to our physical senses. It's not joy. We're not happy. We're not looking forward to this. But he says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters. And so what are we supposed to consider pure joy? Whenever you face trials of many kinds. Whenever you face trials of many kinds. Now, I don't know about you, but any kind of trial in my life, I do not consider it pure joy. So he's saying something counterintuitive, so to speak, counter against our natural way of thinking. When you're going through a trial, consider it joy. Doesn't mean it feels good. Doesn't mean it is joy. But consider it. Look at it as if it's joy. When you face trials of many kinds, I don't even want to think of all the different kinds of trials. Some of you have had some of the worst trials. Some of you that I know personally have had some of the worst trials imaginable that I haven't had. And I'm sure there are trials that I have had that you have not had. And I'm sure there are trials that people are having in different places that we know nothing about. There are trials of many kinds. I don't want to know many kinds of trials. I want to keep that limited in my experience, but that's out of my control. So we consider it pure joy whenever we face trials of many kinds. Why on earth will we do that? Isn't it better for me to complain, try to get out of the trial, to go around the trial, go over it, go under it, avoid the trial? He says no. And then he tells us why. He says, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Okay, so you know. Okay, so if you know this, maybe you don't know this, but now you're learning it. And as we read the Bible, we learn wisdom. And part of wisdom is to know that the testing of our faith, even though it's not joy, it's going to produce something good in our life. It may not feel good. Well, it won't feel good as we're going through the trial. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a trial or a test or suffering. But we can consider it, can look at it from that other point of view. Doesn't take away the pain. A wasp stings me, it's still going to sting. So it still stings, it still hurts, but we look at it from another aspect because we know something. That when I go through a trial, when my faith is tested, it produces something in my character, And my character is who I am. Your reputation is who people think you are. But God knows your character, and your character is who you really are. And what matters is your character. That comes out in the troubles in life. So we know that the testing of our faith, those difficult times, is going to produce perseverance. Perseverance is when we don't give up, when we go through something. I heard a statement from Jim Cymbala at a conference I was at. He said, it's always too early to quit. And that's a word for somebody today. It's always too early to quit. It's always too early. You're thinking of quitting, maybe on your marriage, on your ministry, on what God has put in your heart. It's always too early to quit. Let perseverance finish its work. And we understand that concept. Perseverance is when you don't give up. And when you become the type of person that will persevere, man, that's a character of gold. That's a character of gold. When an employer finds an employee who doesn't give up with hard tasks, who perseveres and gets the job done, that person, they want to hold on to that employee. But when you have an employee who just, when the going gets tough, they give up. Just give up. And there are people like that in life. They give up. It gets a little bit tough. They give up. They have no character. They're fools. But when you learn, when you allow the tests, consider it joy. Well, I don't like this test, but it's going to work in me, in my character, and produce perseverance. And you need perseverance. I need perseverance in our Christian faith. We need it in marriage. We need it in parenting. We need it just to live in this world, and we'll become people that persevere through all difficulties. We are unstoppable and live a life of victory. And that's what God is doing. He's the refiner's fire, producing perseverance. So he said, let perseverance finish its work. I mean, don't give up. Don't quit too soon. Let it finish its work. You ever take a cake out of the oven too soon? I like to make cornbread with chocolate chips, and sometimes I pull it out too soon because I want a piece. And you know what? It's like soup inside. It's disgusting. It's the only way I can describe it. Let the process finish. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete. You want to be mature? You're going to need perseverance. You're going to need to go through trials that will produce perseverance. And you'll be mature and complete. Spiritually mature, you must have perseverance in your faith. In every other area, you must have perseverance to become mature. So it's an amazing, amazing lesson. And remember, it's always too early to quit. Never, ever give up. Let perseverance work in your character until you become that rock solid person. God bless you. I hope you can apply that and understand that. And I will see you on Friday.